Okay. Hi, Joan, and I'm so pleased that we spent the week together.
Yes.
It's been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What motivated you to come to this retreat?
Uh, it was 100% driven by my strong family history of cardiac disease and early death. I thought I had dodged that cardiac bullet. It appeared based on losing my father at an early age, my brother having open heart surgery at 50, my other brother dying 2 years ago of a left periventricular rupture. It seemed more of a male chromosome, YY chromosome issue, and I really thought as a female that I had dodged the bullet. Based on my concerns regarding my family's health footprint, I asked my internist if there was anything else I could do proactively, and he recommended that I pursue a cardiac CAT scan, which I did. Went in naively thinking, I'm just ruling out issues. And a month later, my internist called me and indicated that in 2 of the primary arteries that I had quite a bit of obstruction, and to the point where I was placed on blood pressure medication and statins. He also went one step further and sent me to a preventative cardiologist, which was a lifesaver for me. By going to this, what I thought was a very young man in his 30s, he indicated that he was concerned about the amount of occlusion I had in my arteries. I countered by saying that I thought I was eating pretty healthy, and then he asked me, I said, well, I eat chicken, I eat salmon, I eat salads every day. He asked me, what do you put on your salad? I said, healthy stuff like olive oil. And then he made me very aware of the fact that the only way that I could change my cardiac trajectory would be if I investigated, researched, and maybe embraced some of the elements of a plant-based diet. He then strongly recommended that I read Dr. Esselstyn's Reversing and Preventing Heart Disease. I got in my car, ordered it online, as soon as I got out of that appointment, and that was the beginning of my journey. And I thought I was doing pretty well and had eliminated all beef and eggs and dairy, but I still felt the need to have a protein source because you can't get all your protein from plants, right? And then I had the good fortune of seeing Jill at a class, a vegan class presented in my neighborhood. And she was one of 3 chefs, guests that appeared. But what differentiated Jill from the other 2 guests was that every recipe she offered to us was 100% plant-based and contained no oils. And I felt like I had, it was like the Holy Grail was handed to me that evening. I went up to her to find out if I could learn any additional information from her, and that's when she told me about the retreats she offered. So here I am after 5 days.
Yeah.
Started on Sunday night where I met both Jill and her husband, and then fast forward to this Friday morning. And I can honestly say that this experience has been life-altering, transformative for me in many ways. It's recalibrated how I think about making the seismic change from what I thought was a pretty healthy diet to 100% plant-based. And it's not as difficult and as challenging for me as I thought it would be. I was so motivated throughout the course of this. I should backpedal. This was a one-on-one retreat. I wasn't with other people. I expressly asked Jill if she could modify the retreat because I felt like I was a daily cook. I've taken a lot of cooking classes, and I wanted and craved that individual attention to meet my needs because they were very specific related to my cardiac health. So I felt with that tailoring of the class, one-on-one intervention, cooking up to 6 hours a day, that I've already made immediate changes. I've reconfigured my pantry. Jill and I spent 2 hours at a health food store, a local place. I've gotten all of the foundation products that I need so they're accessible. I've gotten rid of all of my Ina Garden cookbooks. Sorry, Ina. Jill will probably take that out. Yeah, it's been transformative and to the point where one of my closest friends called me last night, asked me, how was the retreat? How was the experience? And my response was very short. I said, Kathy, it was life-altering. It was transformative. And then I mentioned to her, because she, like me, felt she was eating pretty healthy, you know, some chicken, some salmon, some olive oil. I suggested that she watch the documentary Game Changers, which she did. And then she also ordered the DVD,
Eating You Alive.
Eating You Alive. And she would like to come over to my house in October to taste some of the plant-based recipes that I've gotten this week. So in summary, I have nothing but positive remarks, comments regarding this experience. And it's really an understatement to say how life-altering it was for me. And it will reshape the direction in which I proceed. And I have my physical next Tuesday, and at that point I'm going to ask my internist, who recommended the cardiac CAT scan and subsequently placed me on high blood pressure medication and statins, if by following this course for 6 months religiously, if we can relook, re-examine the meds I'm on, and based on blood workup and a repeat cardiac CAT scan, if the results at that time indicate that I might be able to get off those meds. So that's my 6-month short-term goal at this point in time, and I'm totally on board.
Yay! And we will hopefully have you on tape again in 6 months so we get an update.
Yes, yes.
And oh my gosh, any words of wisdom that you might have for others who would be coming to the retreat in the future?
I honestly expressed to Jill that I don't think I could have done this reset in my life 20 years ago when I was, or 30 years ago when I was working full-time, raising 2 children. I don't know if I would have had the energy and the drive to recalibrate, reset my life like that. I feel like I'm on my next and best chapter in my life, and I now have the time and energy to pursue this, you know, full throttle. And so, rephrase
words of wisdom for others.
I just say that be easy on yourself, baby steps. It's a big reset, and you may, and there's nothing wrong with saying at this phase of your life, this is all I can do. Even making small changes in the items that you purchase, starting out small, trying to limit meat consumption or dairy versus eliminating it completely, baby steps. And any change, or just the fact that you're at the retreat, that in and of itself, you're showing that you're open and receptive to new information that ultimately may change your life in a very, very positive way.
Well, I want to thank you for being here. I learned a lot from you as well. As you know, we had a lot of fun cooking.
Yes.
And it was a joy.
I agree 100%. I can't recommend this retreat and Jill more. That's very heartfelt. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Joan.
Mm-hmm.